Hello, everyone. This is Dan Gramza, and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, August 17th. What do we see here in the S&P? Well, actually, before we get into that, if you haven't seen these videos, it's a daily chart you're looking at. And what we're looking at is the concept of a swing trade, where you're trying to capture some of the volatility in a movement. If you see a dashed line, that means it's something that happened earlier in the week. If it's a green line, that means that was a buy level. A red line, like you see up here and down here, that means sell. And what we're looking at, this sell to buy level, is a market that traded below its sell level. And the dollar difference here, just to give you a reference, that's $2,200 a contract. And the dollar difference down here, that's $700 a contract. Again, just to give you a reference. Over in the NASDAQ market, that also traded below its sell level. And that dollar difference there is $6,760 a contract. It implies a sideways move for Monday's action. When we look at the Dow, remember the Dow is a different indice than the other ones, so it's behaving differently. And what we're looking for here is a sideways to possibly lower move on Monday. So be careful if you're on the long side. The Russell 2000, which is a small to mid cap stock indices, shows that buyers are here and they're willing to hold on to a position. However, the overall structure is neutral. The euro, this tells us something about the dollar and the euro. The euro, well, it got stronger and the dollar got weaker. This could be a double top. Be careful here in that market. Dollar difference there, that sell to buy level. It's $100 a contract. Over in the Swissy, what we see there is a market that implies a sideways move. They're selling their rallies here. Dollar difference up here, $562.50. And we're looking for a sideways move. Also in Mr. Yen, they're selling the rallies, but no follow through to the downside. I find that really interesting. Dollar difference buy to sell level there, $350 a contract. Check out the Aussie dollar. There's a market. Dollar difference buy to sell is $190 a contract. And what do we see here? A market that's trying to get stronger. Excuse me. But it's struggling at these higher levels. Look for an inside day. Also, British pound. Now, buyers are here. They're willing to hold on to a position, but this is a very tough level. So, if you're on the long side, be very careful with this market. Dollar difference buy to sell level there, $181.25. Over in the Canadian dollar, this dollar difference here is $300 a contract. Follow through, yes, it's one of the strongest currencies that we just looked at. When we look at Bitcoin, boy, this market's struggling. It's at levels that we've seen buyers before. It implies a possibility of a push to the upside. Dollar difference sell to buy level there, to give you one of those. That's $4,300 a contract. When we look at the 10-year notes, ooh, sideways move is what we're looking for. This implies that yields are getting stronger. And with the uncertainty we have out there, not surprising. The buy to sell level there is $250 a contract. When we look at bonds, it's in a very similar condition. Sideways to lower is what we're looking for. Gold, buy to sell level, $14,750 a contract. The bias is for a move to the upside. Silver, buy to sell level is, oh, you know something? That's 14,750. When I look at gold, somehow it didn't sound right. Dollar difference buy to sell level there is $27,700 a contract. Now let's look at copper. It's supposed to have some demand coming into this market. It is struggling. Be very careful here. The bias is for a move to the upside. Sell to buy level there, $750 a contract. Let's talk about crude oil. The buy to sell level there, $4,410 a contract, looking for a sideways move. The Middle East really dictates what's going on here. And we look at nat gas, we have a lot of it. That's what this shows us. So a sideways move is what I'm looking for there. $400 is the dollar difference in that market. Beans, getting some favorable weather conditions for the bean market, and I look for further movement to the upside. Same thing with corn. The buy to sell level there 250, and in the wheat market, we got a lot of unusual behavior when it comes to what's happening in the Red Sea. Keep your eye on that market. This is 250 and 350 is the dollar differences there. But follow through is what we're looking for, but watch the Red Sea situation. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Thank you for being with me. Looking forward to being with you again. And in the meantime, take care.